Thank you, dear students of honors first year. I feel really happy to get you in this class today. Today, we'll discuss the poem Piano by D.H. Lawrence, David Herbert Lawrence. He was born in Eastwood, Nottinghamshire, in southern England. He was born in a poor family. His father was a coal miner. His mother was a primary school teacher. There was no good relationship between his father and his mother. He was the fourth child of his parents. One of his elder brothers died of skin disease, and he was also a sickish boy, but he was very studious and talented. He got a scholarship in his school life, but there was poverty in his family. So he had to engage himself in a service at the age of 16. And when one of his elder brothers died of skin disease, his mother became really shocked and saddened. And all her love befell D.H. Lawrence. There was an indivisible intimacy between D.H. Lawrence and his mother. D.H. Lawrence, throughout his life, had a homesickness, had a nostalgia for his mother. He never could forget his love for his mother and his mother's love for him. And that is also the cause for which he writes a poem like this, Piano. So now let us go through the setting of this poem. The poem Piano has a very romantic setting, you know. The setting time is the dusk. And he starts the poem with a very sweet word, softly, means with a sweet note, with a sweet tone, melodiously. So we find a very romantic scene at the beginning of this poem. A woman is singing to me, that is, a woman is singing to the poet, D.H. Lawrence. And we know this poem is written in first person point of view. A poem may be written in first person point of view or third person point of view. Here we notice the poem is written in first person point of view. And often it happens for the case where a lyric is concerned. So here we notice the poem is written in first person point of view. At the beginning, we see that a woman is singing to the poet. Who is that woman? And what is the time? What is the age of the characters here? Here we notice a woman, an adult woman, an adult human being, a grown-up human being. Of course, the beloved of the poet is singing to him, taking me back down the vistas of years, till I see a child sitting under the piano, in the boom of the tingling strings and placing the small poised feet of my mother's smile as she sings. So here we notice, at the outset of the poem, we notice the romantic setting, as I have already mentioned. Then we see the song of the women opens the windows of memory of the poet. The windows of memory of the poet are opened by the songs of that women. And then as the windows of memory open, the poet flashes back to the past, childhood days, where he sees a child. Here the poet himself is sitting under the feet of a woman, that is the poet's mother, where his mother is playing the piano. And what is the child doing? The child is pressing the soft, poised feet of the mother. And what is the reaction of the mother? The reaction of the mother is sweet smiling. So in the first stanza, we see the first two lines speak of the present, and the second two lines speak of the past. In the first two lines, we see a woman is singing to the poet. A woman is singing to a man. A woman is singing to the speaker of this poem. Who is the speaker of this poem? The poet himself. So an adult woman is singing to an adult man. And in the next two lines of the first stanza, we see woman is singing to a child. So in the first two lines, we see poet's beloved is singing to the poet, a matured man. And in the last two lines, we see a mother is singing to a child. In the first two lines, a lover is singing to, a beloved is singing to the lover. That is, a woman is singing to her lover. And in the second two lines, we see a mother is singing to a child. So two women are singing, one in the past, another in the present. In the past, a mother is singing to a child. In the present, a woman is singing to her lover or beloved. So we see here the contrast between the present and the past, the present moments and the past memories. So here we find that the poem gives us another theme. So what is the theme? Here we notice the theme of relationship. A woman's relation to a man and a mother's relation to a child. A woman's love for her lover and a mother's love for her child. At present, the beloved is trying to please the poet himself here. And in the past, the mother of the poet was singing a song in front of others to the poet and to the poet. So here we find the theme of relationship. Which relationship is more powerful? In the second stanza, we find another theme. The first stanza speaks of the relationship. The theme of the first stanza is based mainly on relationship between mother and child, and the relationship between a beloved and a lover. In the first stanza, first two lines speak of the present moments, and the last two lines speak of the past memories. The music is a breeze, and the music draws back the present to the past, draws the adult poet to the child, adult Lawrence to child Lawrence. So by the influence of the song, adult D.H. Lawrence turns into a child D.H. Lawrence. The present grown-up Lawrence gets transferred to the past childhood Lawrence. And the relationship also gets transferred from the present to the past by the power of music. So here, in short, we can tell what we see here is that theme of relationship is very important here. What is the relationship? A lover's relationship to his beloved, and a child's relationship to its mother. Which one is superior? To the poet, a child's relationship to its mother is more powerful than a beloved's relationship to lover. Why? Here we see the adult D.H. Lawrence forgets his present age, forgets his present adult beloved, forgets the present song, forgets the present sweet moments, and he travels back to the past sweet memories of his life. That is his childhood memories. So here, the relationship plays a vital role. I am again telling relationship is one of the most important themes in this poem. And the first 4 lines of this poem, that is the first stanza, the first quatrain tells us about the powerful relationship of a mother and child over the relationship of a lover and beloved. In this competition of relationship, mother-son relationship is superior to, more powerful than the lover and beloved relationship. The happenings of the present is less powerful than the memories of the past, because we see the poet forgets the present movements, present songs, present tune, present scenery, and he remembers, he recalls, he recollects, he flashes back to the past memories of his life. He suffers from nostalgia. He suffers from homesickness. His heart is transported with emotion to the past. His heart is transferred from the present to the past. So beyond doubt, we can tell that the relationship of the past is superior to the relationship of the present. The relationship between a mother and a child is far better, is superior, is more superior to and more powerful than the relationship of an adult man and an adult woman. So as for the theme of relationship, we can analyze and realize that D.H. Lawrence's concept of relationship is that past is more powerful than the present. A mother-son relationship is superior to the relationship of an adult boy or adult man with adult girl or adult women. And another thing is that the smiles, the touches, the sound, the soft touches, sweet smiles of a mother are more enjoyable, more lovely than the songs, emotional songs of beloved. তো আমাদের টাইম এখনই শেষ হয়ে যাবে। আমি এখনই শেষ করছি, পরের অংশটুকু আমরা আবার দেখব। নাও I would like to stop